I'd say if you'd all rise, I won't do that. I'll call this meeting to order. Welcome on this somewhat snowy day. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. For the record, Lynn, George is absent this morning.
He is.
He's absent.
Thank you.
All right. First item on the business is the approval of the minutes for the February 2nd meeting.
Mr. Mayor, having reviewed the meeting and the minutes, I would make a motion that we accept them as recorded.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. The next item. Good. Denny, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to stand before you today to celebrate a significant and joyous occasion, the milestone service anniversaries of some remarkable individuals who have dedicated their energy, time, and talents to our city. Today we come together not just as colleagues, but as a family to recognize and honor the commitment and loyalty of 6 outstanding employees who have been with us through thick and thin. Each passing year represents a chapter in their journey with us, contributing to the growth and success of our city. As we stand here, we reflect on the incredible contributions and accomplishments of these individuals. Their hard work, dedication, and passion have not only shaped the trajectory of their own careers, but have also played a pivotal role in the overall success of our city. In a world where change is constant, it is truly commendable to witness the steadfast dedication of these individuals who have weathered storms and celebrated triumphs with us. Their perseverance, resilience, and commitment serve as an inspiration to us all. I'd like to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. Your unwavering commitment to excellence has set a standard for all of us to aspire to, and we are incredibly fortunate to have you as part of our team. As we celebrate these service anniversaries, let us not only acknowledge the years that have passed, but also look ahead with anticipation and excitement for the many more accomplishments and milestones that lie ahead. Your contributions are the cornerstone of our success, and we look forward to continued collaboration and growth together. To our dedicated employees celebrating their service anniversaries, please accept our heartfelt congratulations and sincere appreciation for your years of service. The commitment is the heartbeat of our organization, and we are truly grateful for the impact you have made. As I call your name, please come forward. Ian Kern, celebrating 5 years with the street department. Ben Cordell, I don't believe he is here, but he's also celebrating 5 years with the wastewater department. Travis Ship, 5 years with Oakwood Cemetery. Austin Schaefer, 5 years with our street department. Nancy Hobbs, who is out ill today, is going to be celebrating 15 years in the clerk's department. And then Terry Kime, our superintendent's assistant out at the street department, celebrating 20 years.
This is your person, Ian? Travis? Ian. Awesome.
We'll have Terry as you
We'll have to come in and say a personal word.
Thank you for that. Again, it's back to neighbors serving neighbors. I really appreciate that, and that's a good thing. The next item on the agenda, we have some adjustments with wastewater. Does anybody want to report that, or we? No, we just recognize it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions that you have, Diane, on the two?
No, looks like they paid ahead and then had a problem, so great.
Okay, thank you. For the record, those have been submitted. The first item in new business, before we get to that, we have a walk-in, and good, thanks, Chris. Did you get a hard copy?
First of all, thank you for letting me jump up a little bit in the agenda. I've got, so all I'm asking for here is we, kind of at the 11th hour, we applied for a grant through the Indiana Homeland Security EMS Division for training equipment. They kind of offered some money out there. It was kind of a short window. We applied. We received notice yesterday that we were granted $9,118 to purchase a simulation mannequin for us to do some training with. It is a no matching grant that pays for the mannequin. So we just need permission from you guys to go ahead and proceed. The reason I walked it in today is we have 7 days to start the process. So we want to make sure we can jump right on board with that and get things going.
Any questions, Diane?
Nope, I see it as a win-win, so I'll make a motion that they be able to accept this grant award.
Second, any further comments, Chris?
No, sir.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for,
Your first item of business is a road closure request. Travis is here. Travis, I appreciate you coming into the office days ago, but
Yes.
there may be some concerns here. But tell us exactly what your desire is. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is to coincide with the St. Patty's Day event that's been held the last several years. So the request would be to go ahead and close Buffalo between Center and there like we would normally do. We had left on the initial request possibility of closing part of Center Street. We do not need that, so we're not requesting that. But then we're looking to add on to the event to have a 5K community run and walk. And we've provided a route of that 5K to you. It would start downtown at the tent, go out through the communities as much as possible, and then be on Lake Street for a little bit, and then cut through Boggs, back on the new Market Street Trail from a few years back into downtown again. The only potential headache was the parts on Lake Street. We're going to have to cross Lake Street downtown, both going out and coming back in. And then when we're on Lake Street, there will be a temporary lane closure, and then the roundabout is going to be a headache. We've already met with Brad Keller and been in communication with Joel Beam from Warsaw Police Department, and they're supportive and believe that this is a doable course and have offered their assistance. Obviously, we'll have to cover their hourly rate for the officers during that time period, and we're prepared to do that. It's going to be in partnership with Cloud9 Multisport, with Keith Sampson, and then the businesses downtown. We've also already spoken with the businesses downtown about the closure as well.
And so the road closure request is only within the city limits of Warsaw, what you're asking?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
I believe the entire route is within the city limits of Warsaw.
The roundabout's
it's
in the
not,
county.
it's in the county, so
There's
we,
some places on Lake Street are in the county too, so have you checked with anybody?
I have not checked with anybody at the county, no. But we can do that. So obviously, we can't ask you to approve a thing that you don't have authority to do.
Well, that's where, again,
So-
I appreciate you coming in and talking to my office, and then I didn't catch it. But it was brought to my attention. The timing of it, do you still have time to take these steps just to make sure that the county is okay?
Certainly, yeah, we can reach out to the county and the sheriff's office and talk to them.
So what I would ask, and again, this is great, what you're wanting to do, is that you take steps with the county, make sure that they're comfortable, and then we can table this and we could entertain it again at the next Board of Works meeting.
Sure.
Do you have any concerns with that, or?
Are we able to go ahead and approve, I guess, the part that's within the city limits, and then assuming we obtain the approval from the county, we're good to go?
That is a good question. Diane, how do you feel about that? Maybe even Scott, you might want to interject. Any,
Our next Board of Works meeting's on March 1st, so that's one thing to consider as well.
Well, I mean, obviously, I don't want to approve something that would put the county, in a position, but I don't mind making a motion to approve it pending the approval of the county.
you're okay with that?
I just had one more question for you, Travis. So is the entry fee going to go then to pay for the officers? That would be.
We actually have reached out to K-21 for sponsorship. We're hopeful and expecting hopefully the small sponsorship to cover that. We're also getting other sponsorships. The entry fee, we're actually not charging for the run. The entry fee is for the tent and for that event down there. So the entry fee goes to cover the tent expenses as well as there's porta potties, so
the
there's going to be
entry-
sponsorship money beyond the entry
So the
fee.
entry fee is part of the St. Patty's Day celebration
Yes.
altogether?
There's a
Got it.
$5 entry fee to get into the tent, and then there's drink tickets in addition to that. There's no charge to run or walk the 5K.
Okay, so once they pay the $5, then they can get in and out of the tent for the
Yes.
day? Okay.
And then
I wasn't
assuming
sure
they're
why
over
you were
21, they
charging a
can
fee.
purchase if they'd like.
Okay. Are you, can I do that, do you think?
I was going to ask for,
Here's my thoughts. I assume you're going to approve the Buffalo between Center and Main, regardless of whether there's a race walk or where that goes.
True.
And I think they would probably like to have that approval because of their tent and all that stuff as soon as possible. And you may just delay the route of the race approval until you get also approval from the county for the other areas, because it's kind of all together.
Well,
was my thought.
This is just for the event name is Shamrock Shimmy. It doesn't have anything for the St. Patty's Day. I don't think they've asked for that
Well,
code
it
yet.
It's all
says
combined.
here, like the first part, Buffalo between Center and Main.
Yeah, it's very hard to read.
Yeah, well, I see St. Patty's Day at the end of the event name.
Oh, okay.
I let Candace know that I would request that closure on her behalf, so she don't have to come. So,
Do you have some words of wisdom for us?
Yeah, just to try to help out real quick, Joel had contacted me on this as far as the route and how things were gonna go. This is going to be a moving target. It's not gonna be full road closures on these. He had asked for some cones to be with assistance and that the PD was going to take care of helping shut these things down. So again, this will be a mobile route. It's not gonna be full road closures for a long period of time. So if that helps with you make your decision, we can just go through it and be quick.
But the block part between Center and Main will need to be for the whole event, correct?
yes, and that one we're requesting the closure earlier in the day. That's the early time because it takes time to set
At
up the
the 3
tent. The
o'clock
actual
time?
race itself will start at 3. The 5K, it starts at 3. And it'll just probably take an hour or so, depending on, we'll put a limit on it and let people know, like, here's how long we're gonna have stuff closed. If you take longer than that to walk, you're on your own.
Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, then the run starts at 3 PM, but you're asking for a road closure from 8 AM until whenever it's cleaned up.
And the road closure starting at 8 would be Buffalo Street, and
So it'd be
only Buffalo Street.
Buffalo Street between Center and Main.
Yes,
So you're recommending that we approve the road closure between Center and Main today?
Yeah, I think that makes pretty easy sense there. That's not going to change regardless of what the county agrees to, or I think you have enough information to make that decision. And
Okay.
then I think it's a moving target, maybe the finalized route of the race, you might want at the March 1st meeting to approve that, just to know that's going to be okay with the county and everybody there, but I would think it helps for their tent purposes and the party purposes to at least have the buffalo.
Yeah, and I think it's part of it, what his request is, but then it would be, the route would be pending approval with the county. And he could come back and tell us or have representation from the county to make sure it is okay.
Yeah, and just to make sure I understand, I'm looking at the Warsaw City Limits map. We're talking about like 300 feet along the side, basically where the coroner's office is, that the county has. Everything else is in the city limits, except for like those 300 feet of road.
Goes in and out there.
Yeah.
But
Along that
this
stretch.
board would say.
So like
you're still entering-
98% of the course is within your jurisdiction.
Exactly, but you're entering the county, which is, again, that's why we're gonna, it is what it is.
Yes.
You're entering the county,
I just want to make sure.
right?
They're only gonna, I think they're only gonna need the approval for the road closure for here, because the police department, they'll go to the police department and advise, because all we're gonna do is stop traffic as somebody comes through and traffic opens back up, and we do it all the time for escorts,
Funerals.
for
Okay.
school buses, we do it for escorts, we do it for runs, motorcycles, when they do their escorts, all we do is stop that intersection real quick, so if we see some runners, and they get safely through, and it opens right back up.
In your opinion, should the petitioner be asking the county though for approval?
I would just go and ask the sheriff to make sure, like they would come in and talk to Joel and show the paperwork, hey, we're gonna be coming through this, if you have an officer or somebody, can we run through there and you guys close it?
Okay.
I think they can just go to the sheriff's department and ask permission on that.
Travis, are you good with what you're hearing?
Yes.
Yep, okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Again,
I'd make a motion that we approve an amended request to close Buffalo Street between Center and Main from 8 a.m. On throughout the event. And I'm looking for it would be the 16th, correct?
It's this Saturday, I believe. That's
Yeah, it's the 16th.
On March
Yeah,
16th.
it's 16.
Yes.
Okay, and before I second that, again, I appreciate your patience with my office, and I think I maybe added to this, but I think it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
I'll second that motion. Any further comments, Travis?
I heard you were going to run the 5K maybe, but other than that, no.
Thank you. All right, good.
Can he ride his tricycle?
Okay, be quiet. Anything though, really, you good?
No, thank you.
All right, I'll call the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Guys have it. Thanks, Travis.
Thanks, everyone.
And Travis, you don't know when you're going to be closing down that tent then and opening the street back up?
It usually goes pretty late. It depends on weather.
Are you are you going to break everything down at the end of the event, or are you going to leave it up for the next day? and
No,
break it
I
down?
believe it will be done that night is the plan. I can double check on that, but I
And you're
believe,
good with that, Dustin? I know you guys have to come in and grab trash and all that stuff.
I don't know about trash, other than the stuff down there, but yeah, they've done it every year or something.
it's usually done at night, right? Yeah.
End of day.
Around 10 or 11.
Yeah.
I think in the past it's been till 12 a.m. or
Yeah.
midnight.
Again, it depends on, if it's a nice night, sometimes it's midnight. If it's cold, then it's a little earlier.
That's why
Last year was a
End of
little
day.
cold, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, so,
Well, maybe look into that, but again, end of the day, I'm comfortable with, and then work with the county and make sure by the next meeting that we're all good and then
Yes.
we'll be ready to go. I just might run.
all right, sounds good.
So if you wouldn't mind just giving us an update, maybe not necessarily for approval, but just giving us an update.
Certainly.
That'd be
Yes.
great.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Travis.
Do you really
Good.
run?
No, but I maybe could there.
It says you can walk on here, Jeff. It says you
Okay.
can walk.
Thank you. The next item, Center Lake Trail. I think Aaron, thank you for,
Yeah, it's good to see you this morning. So before you is the final request for payment / release of retainage for the Center Lake Recreational Trail Project. The request is in the amount of $42,995.80. This is funded through a K-21 grant. That actually was a donation from the Sasso family through K-21. So the funding comes from that resource. And I'm here to say all the work has been done satisfactory and complete, and we recommend release of the retainage, and getting to close one of these out is nice.
so nice, and then final payment. And again, it's in the amount of $42,995.80, correct, Aaron?
That's correct.
Diane, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, so it feels like we should have a champagne or something to celebrate the last payment.
Let's, we got a few other little side projects related to this one, then the champagne
Okay.
comes. Diane.
I'll recommend we approve this final request for grant payment to Cape 21.
I'll second the motion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it. Thanks, Aaron. You have another item?
I do. This is a request for a supplemental funds for an engineering contract related to the alley improvements from Miami to Union and the Miami Street project. As we had to rebid that, there was some additional work required by the engineers to get the package revamped and do a project that could be rebid and awarded. And that's basically what these additional costs were, plus several other things. And Very Fair, the engineering firm, worked real well with us to keep that thing going and to revamp it under our schedule. So it's my recommendation that we approve the $7,400 increase to the contract with VS Engineering.
Okay, so Miami Street to Union, alley improvements, the $7,400 will bring the total cost to $40,300, correct?
That is correct.
Diane?
I'll make a motion that we approve the supplemental engineering cost agreement at $7,400 to bring the total to $40,300.
And we'll second the motion. Any further comments, Aaron? Okay, all
I do
those-
not.
No? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Aaron.
Yep, thank you.
Fire Department. Chief? Thank you, sir.
Morning. Yeah, really, this is just our territory annual renewal for legal services.
$150 an hour, retainer fee of $500, and everything's remained the same?
Correct.
Scott, any questions?
I have none.
You're good? Okay. Diane?
I already asked Lynn my question, which was if that 15 days was enough lead time, but she said they've made it work, so I feel comfortable in making a motion that we approve this contract.
Okay, I'll second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you,
Thank you.
Chief. Denny, some travel requests. It's like quite a few.
Yes, sir. It looks like we've got 3 from the fire department for some ongoing training. 4 for the police department. Building and planning, we have our assistant planner going to the National Planning Conference, and then 4 members of the wastewater department going to the Indiana Health and Safety Conference.
Diane, any questions on any of these?
No, and I just appreciate our employees being willing to get ongoing training, so I'd make a motion that we approve all of these.
Make a second. Denny, any further comments?
No, this is, we attend a lot of these conferences multiple times a year, so.
Okay, good. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you, Denny. All right, next.
Okay,
Excited
so-
about this, good.
This is a project that we've been working on for a while now. So what I'm asking is for permission to get into an agreement with Awardco, which is a employee recognition software program that will it will combine with our human resource information system and allow us to do employee recognition on a bigger scale than what we've ever been able to do it before. Department heads have all been in a meeting where they've seen an example of what the program looks like and how it works, and everybody's pretty excited for it. So.
I appreciate you making that presentation earlier in the month, and Diane, I felt like the department heads were willing to look this direction. There's, I think, more work to do, but with Denny's leadership and then what this offers, I think it's a very positive thing. to start. And Denny, again, you've had this budgeted to put into play.
Yes.
And then maybe we can continue to work in a positive direction to grow it and give us more opportunities to recognize our employees. Any questions you have?
Yeah, as far as the start date goes, will it not start until today? Or?
Actually, we'll have between 8 and 10 weeks of setup time. So we are going to use it as far as like from January 1st forward.
I just wanted to know if there was some retroactive.
Yes, there will be.
That we could, or if I can include that in the motion.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're not going to let them go without for sure.
Okay, all right. That was my concern.
Yeah, no, absolutely, we're going to make sure they get taken care of.
I think this is a great first step, and I see it as a possibility of something that can grow, so. And any employees that are here, we'd appreciate your feedback on it if you like it or don't like it too, so.
Right, absolutely.
I had mixed feelings, being honest, and Denny knew it. And then after going through 2 presentations, I just really felt like this was a good thing to try. It changed my mind, and so appreciate him and his leadership, and in the department head's reaction. I was at the meeting, and several are here. I think, let's try it. Let's try to work through it, and I appreciate that, because it will be a little more work, but I think it'll be very worth it. Employees being reminded we're doing everything we can. Budget constraints, the realities of public service, to recognize them when possible.
And I think we just want to make it clear that these are not monetary bonuses, but they are other types of awards, so that, yeah.
Good point, Diane. Any other questions or concerns?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this contract with Awardco for employee recognition in the amount of $8,500.
And thanks, Danny. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Looks like you have a,
Yes,
New hire.
the payroll change report, we have 2 firefighters who will be awarded 1 year of longevity on March 3rd. And then we have 1 part-time firefighter that obtains his EMT certification, so he gets a little bit of a pay bump for that.
okay, so all 3 from fire.
Are any of them here today?
They're not here.
Kevin.
Okay, just wondered.
I think once they come off probation, though, they will be here.
Okay, good.
You'll see 2 of them here shortly.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve this new hire change payroll report.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Denny. Mayor's office, Stacy, thank you.
This is another agreement with Language Matters. We have brought one to you a meeting or 2 ago for the call center to extend that. This is to extend the document translation and management. So it covers them translating our forms and documents into Spanish. And then also, if we have a form that's turned back into a city department in Spanish, they will help to translate the fields that have been filled out in Spanish for our staff. We want to extend this for another 5 months so that it syncs up with the call center extension. And in the meantime, we're going to be working on visioning what that looks like moving forward, but this will at least get them both on the same schedule because this was started after the call center was, so the schedules were not the same.
Okay.
Mayor Talmer's efforts in the past, and then Stacy's excellent leadership with this. I just appreciate your work with it, and you were even working on this, something like this morning.
Yeah, we had a call this morning involving the city and county and town of Winona, trying to utilize the call center in this case. But there's definitely value to that, and it's helping our residents, so.
There is a need going on this morning, so, and Stacy, I appreciate all your efforts with this.
And are we only doing it for 5 months because you think that will complete what it is that we need done at this point in time?
So last month, we brought an extension of the call center for 6 months.
Right.
To carry us so that we have time with the new mayor to really vision and decide what we want that to look like moving forward. It's not going away, it's just, can we make this better than what it is right now?
Okay.
This lagged a month behind because of us bringing it on a month later, so we just want to get those onto the same schedule moving forward.
So they'll both terminate at the same time?
In June, July, we can
Okay.
renew everything as one big project moving forward.
I
Okay.
asked
Oh.
Diane for Stacy in this group to be patient with me because I'm thinking we need to go through the exercise to see if it should be expanded to other stakeholders in our community. For example, the issue today was us, the county, Winona Lake, and what exactly is going on or not going on, and then maybe we can reevaluate what we could do to make it better. So,
Okay.
and they're being patient with me, and I think it's giving Stacy time also to figure out what could we come back with in the future. More status quo or do more. Did I say that right? Am I
Yep.
okay, good.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this contract extension with Language Matters for the next 5 months in the amount of $2,500.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pass, thanks, Stacy. Park Department, thank you. Here we go. Looks like we've got a lot of things to
Good
get
morning.
through. Yeah, thanks.
Lots of concert stuff going on
Thanks,
here.
Stephanie.
And we still have to wait 2 months.
Yeah, that's-
Yes.
it's snowing out, yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
Lynn tried the other day. She wasn't
I
successful.
thought it was a good try.
Yeah, so the first one I have here is for Brian Fravel. He's going to provide the production for the rock concert at the Glover Pavilion on June 21st of this summer for the amount of $4,500, and that will be coming out of my budget.
So that's sound, stage lights, all that stuff.
Yep, everything we need to put on a great concert.
Okay, I'd make a motion that we approve this contract.
I'll second that. Any further comments, Stephanie? Good. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. And Scott, is it okay? We have stagehand contracts. It
Yeah,
looks like
they're
there's
all the
6 of them.
same.
I'd
Maybe
approve them all.
at once, it's okay with you? Thank you. Okay, Stephanie, take us through those. Thank you.
Okay, so we have 6 stagehands that we will be using for the rock and country concerts. The rock concert will be on June 21st, and the country concert will be on July 19th. They will make $200 per date for those concerts. So they show up about 8 o'clock in the morning, and they're there sometimes until midnight. So I feel like that's, a good amount to pay them, so.
Next one.
Do you want me to go through all their names?
I think, you okay? All right with that? Can we, Diane, you can make a motion if you'd like. Scott said that we can do that.
I'll make a motion that we approve the stagehand contracts for Tim Smith, Brian Neer, Brian Smith, Carrie Heflick, Paul Lafferty, and Tad Heflick for the 2 concerts
Thanks, Diane.
at an amount of $200 each concert.
Thank you for doing that. I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Good. All right.
Okay.
Stephanie, some more.
So now we are moving into the summer concert series, which is the 9 concerts that we do between Lucerne Park and the Center Lake Plaza.
Steph, before you start this, can you
Yeah.
remind us of where the funding comes for these?
Yes, I have notes here, and I'm going to go over each one of those.
Perfect. Okay.
So the first concert is Big Daddy Dupree's Broken Hungry Blues Band. That is entertainment for the summer concert series on August 9th, and that is in the amount of $1,200. That funding is coming from the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation.
We should probably act on each of these because they are
Yes.
different amounts. Thank
So I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Big Daddy Dupree, Broken Hungry Blues Band.
you. Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Okay,
Maybe we'll
Stephanie.
get them out of being broke with the $1,200.
Thanks,
doubt it,
Stephanie.
but-
Next one.
Okay, the next one is Lightning Rod and the Thunderbolts. That is entertainment for the summer concert series on June 14th in the amount of $1,500. This one is also funded from the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation.
I'll make a motion, we approve the contract with Lightning Rod and the Thunderbolts for the amount of $1,500.
Second the motion. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye, the ayes have it.
Okay. The next one is Kennedy's Kitchen. They are going to provide entertainment for the summer concert series on July 12th in the amount of $2,000. This one is also the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation.
I'll make a motion, we approve the contract with Kennedy's Kitchen in the amount of $2,000.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next one is for Matt Gabriel. He is going to provide entertainment on May 24th in the amount of $500. This one is broken up a little differently. The Kosciuszko County Community Foundation will be funding $175 of that, and then the $325 will come out of my budget.
All right, I'll make a motion, we approve the contract with Matt Gabriel for $500.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Okay. The next one is the Moon Cats for June 28th in the amount of $1,000, and that one is the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation.
Make a motion, we approve the contract with Moon Cats for the amount of $1,000.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Okay. The next one is the Lake Area Community Band. They will be providing entertainment on August 2nd in the amount of $600. This one will also be paid with my grant money from the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with the Lakeland Bands in the amount of $600.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, and that looks like the last one now.
The last one, The Sound, they are going to provide entertainment on June 7th in the amount of $2,550. This one is broken up a little differently. We have the Indiana Arts Commission grant and then the Kosciuszko County Community Foundation grant.
I'm just reading the rest of the contract here. Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with The Sound in the amount of $2,550.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks,
Okay,
Stephanie.
thank you.
Thanks, Larry. An MOU, Police Department. Brian, thanks for filling in here and helping us through this. Thank you, sir.
I'm here today asking for your approval and authorization to allow the Warsaw Police Department to enter into an MOU agreement with the ATF.
It's rather lengthy.
Yes, I appreciate the chief giving us a heads up and interpreting it for us, but I think it sounds like a win-win because our officer not only gets more training, but then we also get the services of the ATF task force.
ATF and the access to their equipment and their
Yes.
computer systems.
Yeah, so, I mean, I can't see how this is a negative for us, so,
Great opportunity.
Yeah.
But there are responsibilities in this relationship through the
Yes.
MOU, but obviously a good thing that you're strongly supporting along with the chief.
Absolutely.
and I noticed that it is for the 2 years, or until it's terminated in writing
And
for
it's
some
terminated at
reason.
any time.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this MOU between the City of Warsaw and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives as it relates to the ATF Project Bullet Task Force.
I'll second that. Any further comments? Thanks a lot. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Thanks, Brian. Looks like you got a couple items here.
So the first one's a stormwater contract with Christopher Burke. This is simply an on-call service agreement for anything, questions that our stormwater coordinator Brandon may have. And this just gives them ability to bill for that.
And that is a not to exceed $40,000.
Not to exceed, and it's only as needed, so we may spend zero, we may spend 40,000.
Okay. Questions, Sonia?
No. I'll make a motion that we approve this contract with Christopher Burke Engineering for MS4 on-call service not to exceed $40,000.
Second. Any further comments, Brian?
No?
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you. Next one, Brian?
This next one is with Anderson Property Management for rain garden maintenance around the city. We have several rain gardens, and we were using not Christopher Burke, Stantec to do the maintenance on them, and we weren't quite getting, they do also the maintenance of like the shoreline areas where we've done native plantings, and they do a great job there, but the rain gardens, we were looking for a little something different. And so Anderson's able to provide that at a very good cost, so we are asking for permission to use them for our rain garden maintenance this year.
Appreciate that. I see them over at Lincoln,
Yep.
and sometimes they look tired, and, yeah, so good. Appreciate your efforts to look this direction, so. Any questions you have, Diane?
No, and I appreciate the efforts to remove the invasive species out of those so that they can remain true rain gardens, so.
Good point.
I'll make a motion that we approve this contract in the amount of $4,496 for rain garden maintenance with Anderson Property Management Solutions.
Second the motion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks, Brian. Looks like maybe one more here.
Yeah, the last one's wastewater. Really probably shouldn't be a contract worksheet yet. What we're asking for is approval to award the bid to G&G hauling and excavating for that stormwater project that we opened bids on previously. After we award it, then we'll get contracts and signed by G&G.
Any questions or comments, Diane?
No, I was here for the opening of those bids, so I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with G&G Hauling and Excavating Company in the amount of $249,999.95.
There it is. Good. All right, I'll second that. Any further comments, Brian?
I do not have it.
Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Brian, for all your work.
Thank you.
I don't think there are any special claims, Lynn.
I do not have any special claims.
Okay, we do have the
Just the regular
claims
docket.
docket. We don't have George's fine-tooth comb, so I'm gonna rely on you, Diane. You good with?
Yeah, he told me I had to look it over. I did not see anything that seemed untoward.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we approve this docket.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you for this morning, everybody in attendance. Are there any comments or?
Travis.
Travis, all right, good, thank you.
I bet he went to the sheriff's department.
Just wanted to provide an update that I've spoken with the sheriff and provided him a copy of the route, and he has indicated his approval and sent an email to him as well as Ms. McSherry, letting her know as well.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for putting your running shoes on and doing that.
Yeah, not a problem.
Would you like a point of order and we?
I think there's no problem with you guys bringing it back up and doing what you want to today.
Okay, Diane, do you want to make a motion to approve as presented with approval from the county?
Yes,
Yes,
I will
okay.
now make a motion that we approve the entire street closure request for March 16th with the acknowledgement that the county has approved those sections which encroach into their area.
I'll second that, and it looks like Travis, as a petitioner, is presenting it formally. All right, I appreciate your patience with me, and good. I'll second that again. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Any comments, concerns?
Drive carefully on the way home.
Yeah. Okay, again, thank you. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We've adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Travis, thank you.
Just on there.
Under his name.